I mean, you've written 19 books. And you're like, I want to show women who are over 50 years old that it's not too late.
If people realize that it's never too late to be great, as long as we're breathing, it's time.
I literally look at people who I went to college with, who we was kicking at parties, and they did not make it to 40.
No.
The first love of my life died at 35 years old.
And I will say this, I think some of the stress and wear and tear and disease come from the denial of age. We're trying too hard to be something that we're not. The things that you are not consistent with, they will never happen for you. That's just a fact.
Come on, wait a minute, hold on, because I'm about to take off. The organ is about to play, and I'm about to take off running around the church. Welcome to Vaught Empowers Talks, where we don't just scratch the surface, we dive deep into the lives of some of the world's most influential change makers. I'm your host, Brandi. Harvey. Y'all, the queen is in the building today. This lady, she's my internet friend, and now she is in the seat. Dr. Cheryl P. Williamson is a best-selling author of over 15 books, an award-winning filmmaker, global speaker, and editor-in-chief of Cheryl Magazine. As the visionary behind Soul Reborn, she's impacted the lives of over 10,000 women, providing scholarships, grants, and leadership training that's helped women reignite their purpose, especially in their second act. She's a 2023 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, HBO Max Filmmaker Award for the documentary 20 Pearls, and a literary trailblazer who has earned national acclaim for her work in storytelling, empowerment, and mindset transformation. But beyond the titles, Cheryl lives by this powerful truth: never live so deeply in someone else's dream that you lose the ability to dream for yourself. Vaught Empowers Talks welcome wife, mother, visionary, Dr. Cheryl P. Williamson to the show.
What's up, sister?
Hi, internet friend.
Yes.
Hi, internet friend.
Hello. I am so glad to be here with you.
I am excited.
Me too.
You know, we were internet friends.
Yes.
And then we met at Mahogany Honors for the very first time in person.
Yes.
Yeah, last year here in Atlanta.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
it was such a pleasure to meet both you and your amazing sister.
Yeah, we sometimes we're a package duo, Doc.
Oh, of
you know,
course.
sometimes
Of
when she's not with Ben. When she's not with Ben, she with me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it is a pleasure. I am so excited. I mean, you and I ran into each other at Kelly Cornish at her podcast taping. And you were coming in after me, and we got to talk, and I said, well, when you going to come do my show?
Yes.
And so here you are.
And you know what made that more powerful? The fact that when you said we were internet friends, you were on my vision board.
What?
To be on your show. So this is truly a vision
Wow.
board moment for me, Brandi. And I waited to say this to you because I said this to someone that knows you, and her comment to me was, it's in God's timing. So this moment right here, right now, it is in God's timing.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
What's so crazy is when we put out on YouTube, this was like last year, I think before we were starting season 3, like, who do you want Brandi to interview was one of the questions. And your name came up on YouTube, on the comments on YouTube, and it came up on Instagram. And I was like, oh, okay, well, we got to have her one of these days. So to hear you said it was on your vision board,
Yes.
like you was praying for it, other people was praying for you.
Yes.
To be here.
But you know what? You know that's how it is. Just
Yeah.
like you opened us up in prayer, the power of prayer, visioning, believing,
Yeah.
mindset, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to be here. I'm honored to be here. You blessed my entire soul. So if nobody else calls me to do a podcast this year, I'm all right.
Let me say this. Come on, church.
Yeah.
This is the seat you want to be in.
Yeah,
Listen.
it is that.
I am so excited because you know what? I had Dr. Lori Hanford on the show last week, and
Yes.
she told me the exact same thing. She said, Brandi, this is my vision board moment. I was like, wow. But you know what? That makes me feel so good because, too, as a seasoned woman, to look at somebody like me in their early 40s and who's saying, like, I want to sit with her, shows that I bring at least some level of maturity to this microphone.
Oh, you do. And it's beyond the maturity. It's the fact, it's the elegance, it's the grace, it's the platform that you give to women my age and some older to say, I see you, I hear you, And I want other people to hear your story as well. So with you welcoming us, we can't help but want to just be in your presence and glean from you and
Oh,
be a part of what you're doing and help in any way that we can. So I'm honored to be here with you today.
this makes me so happy because I think for the work that you do, I think it just speaks volumes because as someone who has made the pivot many times in her life,
Yes.
who have said, I'm going to start something new. I'm going to do something new.
Yes.
I mean, I just thought it was so powerful when I talked to you because we started talking about how you got your brand deals when I was talking to you, and you're like, I want to show women who are over 50 years old that it's not too late, that they can start something new, that they can do something greater with their life.
And that is true because if people realize that it's never too late to be great, as long as we're breathing, it's time. It's the day. It's the moment. I often tell people when you say, oh, I'm going to do it when I turn 50, I'm going to do it tomorrow. That's arrogance. We don't even know if we're going to be here the next second. So you'll never hear me say, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Whatever I can do that moment, that day, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And so once I mastered that, then I said that is going to be a part of the seed that I leave in this earth, letting women know that it is never too late to be great. You can go back to school at 50. You can buy 5 boxer clubs at 47. You can write a book after everybody has told you, oh, girl, nobody's going to read your book. Nobody knows who you are. And I often giggle because I'm like, girl, that's 75,000 books later. And y'all are still saying the same thing, that nobody is going to buy the book. Do it. Do it.
I mean, you've written 19 books.
Yes.
19 books. You are slated for a 20th that's coming
Yes.
up. You got a publishing deal.
Yes. And that's the question that people are asking. How did you get the publishing deal? And it goes to what you and I just talked about, Brandi, because I decided it was never too late for me to be great. So they are purchasing or have purchased my memoir because they want me to teach people how I went from 47 to 57 and accomplished 19 books, 5 stage plays, 5 films, a magazine, a podcast, and did it all at this age. And so in the memoir, that's what people will find out, how I pivoted, why I pivoted, and that you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to have all the degrees, and you don't have to, as people say, know the right people. As long as you know that you have time and it's time for you to move forward, it can happen for you. It is happening for you.
Yeah. I mean, I want you to go back because you just recently celebrated 33 years of marriage. You got married at 25 years old.
Yes.
And I know that was a totally different Cheryl
It
at
was.
25 than this version of Cheryl that we see. And so, what has been the evolution? What has kind of been that thing that has driven you to keep going and making changes, but also, like, what has been that, like, foundation that has kept you steadfast and really unmovable? Because you've been married for 33 years.
Absolutely. For Rustler and I, we had to become people who were forgivers. And a lot of people, they want to sugarcoat things. We've been through some things. We have been through some things. And so my desire has always been to be everything that God wanted us to be. And so when we went to God on several things, he said, no, I am going to use you all to show the world what true forgiveness looks like. And so we decided a long time ago that we were going to work through, we were going to be an example to people about what it takes to stay together. And through the years, how I got to where I am is we made a decision. A lot of people are not happy when I say what I'm about to say, but it's the truth. I decided I needed to step back. Both of us couldn't be pursuing at this level that we're at right now at the same time and our kids not suffer.
Yeah.
So I stepped back. I stayed home. I watched my husband climb to the highest heights in the healthcare industry. My children, they are amazing, but I believe that they are amazing because I poured into them. We poured into them. We sowed into them. We taught them the power of serving and seeding. Once my children got older, which they're 32, 27, and 25 right now. The one that's 25, praise God, we hope she's about to find out what medical school she's going to
Oh,
be
that's
getting into. So
awesome.
we're excited about
Yeah.
that. But I realized that I had a dream inside me too, Lori.
Yeah.
And that I had put that dream aside in order for my husband to achieve his.
Yeah.
And so I made a conscious decision that I would not die with my gifts inside of me. And so I started pursuing them. And I'll never forget one day, and I remember this specifically, I saw this lady. She had on a black pencil skirt, a white crisp blouse, a cell phone, and a briefcase in her hand. And I looked at that lady, and the tears started to come. And I said, that's me. That's going to be me. And so I never forgot that. I couldn't pursue it right that moment, but I never forgot that. But a few years later, and you and I talked about this briefly, I went to a conference in 2008, and I went as wife of Russell Williamson with a corporate executive from AT&T. And when I walked in that room at the Black Enterprise Women of Power Summit, and I saw all those powerful sisters, CEOs, VPs, each one as they hit the stage, dressed so magnificently and speaking so eloquently, it was something inside me, and it took me back to that woman that I saw at Panera Bread with that black pencil skirt on. And
Not
white
at
crisp
Panera.
Panera Bread.
Not you was getting a bread ball.
And sis, I went back to my room that night, and I said, God, I want to be a woman of power in you, and I want to own my own. I've done everything you asked me to do with my kids, with my husband. It took me 10 years, but in 2018, I went back to that same conference, Black Enterprise Women of Power, same location in Palm Beach. And I just cried because I said, it took me 10 years, but I'm here. Like
Yeah.
they say, like on Color Purple,
Yeah.
but I'm here, 2018. What did that teach me? It taught me how to wait, how to pray, how to vision, how to master mindset, how to teach my daughters. My daughters saw me striving and moving, and they now believe that there is no ceiling. See, I don't teach my daughters about glass ceilings. I teach them that there is no ceiling,
Yeah.
period. And so from that time period, I just started writing. I started believing that anything and everything was possible. And I often get asked, how did the mindset thing happen? And it was because at a period, my husband had lost his mother. He got diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I developed supraventricular tachycardia, which is a heart condition. And I said, Lord, you know what? I'm not going to be on this heart medication and this heart monitor. And I kept saying it over and over. And I said, my husband is not going to die from cancer. And I kept saying it. And the Holy Spirit said, share this out on social media. So I shared it out on social media, and thousands of people started getting in contact with me about the affirmations. And I was in the shower one day, and the Holy Spirit said, girl, and I love it when he calls me girl. He said, it's time for you to write a book. And I said, okay, what does that look like? And he said, go to social media and pull off all the affirmations that I gave you over the past 18 months, and that's the book. That book, Affirmed, was where it came from, the affirmations that the Lord laid in my heart when I had to reset the power of my thinking. And that book has sold over 75,000 copies, which then introduced everything else in my world.
And this is 75,000 copies,
Just of
self-published.
that, yes.
Self-published.
Yes.
Out your own garage.
Out my own garage, like Master P.
Out the trunk.
Anywhere and everywhere.
I mean, $75,000, I mean, 75,000 copies, that's a lot for a self-published book, too.
Absolutely. In fact, my girlfriend, Kimberly Lawson Roby, she was like, girl, they're going to give you a book deal. She said, you are the type of sister, you even can prove your numbers. You know, some people say, oh, I sold 25,000. We track everything, but I learned that very early on when I would see people post stuff, and then you come back later and you're like, okay, they said that they didn't get PPP, but now they're saying they're so happy about they got accepted. I was like, people forgot what they posted.
Listen, we was fact checking before the interview.
Exactly.
I said, hey, now before I do this intro,
Absolutely.
let me go ahead and do these. And she was like, oh, wait. Now, look, I thought she had a NAACP Image Award. But
It's
see,
on
I'm
my
already
vision
claiming that for this book that's about to come out, the 20 of the book is getting a NAACP Image Award.
Sister.
So y'all can go ahead and clock it.
And they have to put that on the playback.
They're going to have to run it back.
Rerun it.
They're going to have to run it back.
Girl, you got me about to cry and run at the same time. Because it is on, that's on my vision board. So when you said it, it did something to my spirit.
Wow.
It is on my vision board. Ooh, Brandi, next time we get together, we're going to do a vision board session for some ladies here in Atlanta. Because that's what this is about.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, even in watching you online, even when you gave your beautiful speech at Mahogany Honors, you move with such style and grace. Like, you always be dressed down, baby, hair be popping, makeup. I'm like, you did your own makeup. Like, what's going on? Like, you always are you look so regal every time I see you. And I want you to talk to that part, because there are so many women who get to these big ages and feel like, oh, well, my time has passed. Ain't nobody checking for me. I ain't got to worry about being cute because I'm older. I don't have to be trying to get me no unboxing outfit, girl. I'ma just show up, right? And you kind of put every one of those thoughts to bed. You give people just the permission to show up better all the time.
I do that because I do it for me. And that's the part that people get twisted.
Yeah.
People get their makeup done and get dressed because it's like, oh, I want to look good for so-and-so. No, I want to look good for me.
Yeah.
I want to feel good about me. And I love the fact that I'm able to teach women that when you want to look good for you and you realize that you matter and you're worthy and you're enough, that's the game changer right there. For me, that was
really
the game changer. When I can tell myself, girl, you look so good today. You are so fabulous, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter if when I was 50, 55, 57, September, I'll be 59. I look good for me. I clap for me. I celebrate me. Because if I do not do that, Brandi, on the days where the world is so cruel and have so much to say, if I am not able to pull that out of myself, I will crumble at the feet and the weight of the world, who is very unkind sometimes. Yeah. So I teach myself and the women that God allows me to pour into to let them know that you are responsible for your greatness. See, I know I'm responsible for my greatness. I know I'm responsible. At the end of the day, if I don't fulfill my dream, there is no way that I can say, oh, it's because of my husband, it's because of my kids. No, it was because I made a conscious decision that I was going to die with my dreams inside of me.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that. Yeah. From a grace perspective, I want people to know that you can lead with grace. You can lead with wisdom. You do not have to play yourself down because you are not 25 years old. In fact, I tell some of the women that I mentor at 25, I say, you all need to work on the respect that you have for women who are 50 and above, because we have something we can share with you.
Doc, I literally was just in here talking to Jada while we were on break, and Jada's our good Spelman girl. This women's studies over here, and 27 years old. And she asked me, what did you know at 27? Mm-hmm. And I'm really I didn't know shit. Really and truly. I thought I knew every damn thing.
Of course we do.
Doc, I literally told her just now, I said, I thought I knew everything. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing.
Of course not.
And I was like, I wish I would. One, I wish I had somebody like me, like the 40 plus, fan, you know what I'm saying, pumping.
Now, sister,
you
are that now.
Come on,
because I was checking you out when you walked in. I was like, this sister, look, this sister, baby, she is.
And she got good knees.
Yeah, good knees.
Good knees.
Look, just look, all the things. Look,
listen,
baby.
But Doc, I was literally telling, I wish I would have just sat at the feet and learned more, listened more.
Yes.
That I didn't think I knew everything, that I would have just taken the time to soak in as much as I could before I felt like I had to go out here and do my own thing because I want my own. I want my own. I want my own.
I think
You
we
know?
all do that.
And it's just so much that we leave on the table because we kind of discount, we kind of discredit, like, oh, she don't know what she's talking about. But there's so much.
It is
so
a
much.
lot. And I think that this opportunity that you and I have right now is so profound because you're in your 40s and I'm in my 50s, late 50s at that. I think when people watch this conversation that we're having, that we're able to laugh together, we're giggling, we're talking, we're making sure that we discuss very real topics. I think that this is an opportunity for people to see that when you partner with a woman who is seasoned, who can get you to a table that your checkbook cannot. And I want to explain what I mean by that. People get confused that because you have a checkbook, you can write your way into things.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give just a little clarity on that. There are things going on that your checkbook does not know about.
Yeah.
There are rooms where things are happening that our checkbooks don't know about. But that woman who has wisdom, she's able to calm you down enough to say, look, young lady, in this moment, just be quiet. Let me teach you how to really negotiate a deal and be still. When you go in and ask for the $250, and when they get quiet, you don't talk. They're trying to figure out how they're going to pay you the $250, but when you start talking, you're saying, oh, well, I really would accept $197, not knowing that they were going to pay you the $250, but because you were not quiet, you did not take the wisdom of somebody who has negotiated deals in boardrooms to know to cross your legs and be quiet.
Come on.
That you spoke yourself out of the $250.
Yeah.
This is the time that women need to be looking for mentors and people who are my age that can say, hey, this is what I did in order to become an HBO Max award-winning filmmaker with no film experience. I was willing to go serve coffee owning corporations.
Yeah. I think that I mean, we are in this culture where youth is celebrated in such, I mean, just you turn on social media, it's like, if we're not talking about how youthful someone is, we talking about, baby, you need to be anti-Asian.
Yes.
Make sure you got this. You should not look your age. You look at I'm looking at a facelift. I'm 43 and I'm sitting up here like about to be 43 and I'm like, do I get a deep plain facelift by 46? Like, do I need, where is Kris Jenner's doctor?
Oh, the baby. She looks good.
No, baby.
I'm not doing any of it. I can tell you
Listen.
that, Brandi. I'm not doing any of it. And in fact, when I tell them my age and their comment is, oh my goodness, 57 is the new 27. I said, no, baby, 57 is the new 57. And the reason that I say that is because I don't want people to get it twisted. I'm very proud to be, I keep saying 57, I'm 58. I'm very proud to be 58 because some people didn't make it to 58.
I mean, come on.
People
Doc.
are dropping at 12, 22, 3 months old. I am so happy to be in this space, in this place, in this moment with you, Brandi. I can feel, I mean, it's just my spirit is so full just by this conversation that we're having because so many people didn't make it to 58.
Yeah. I say that, I mean, I literally, right before I was turning 40, and I'll be 43, and right before I was turning 40, I lost 2 friends from college, right? Who, one died of a heart attack at 36 years old. The other one, right before I turned 40, was walking his dog, left home, kissed his wife, children, walking his dog, got hit by a car, never to be seen again. Right before I turned 40. And I was just sitting up here like, so when people say, like, ain't no way I'm out here lying about my age.
No.
1, you can Google it, okay? 2, now y'all always got me a little older, a little bit. Just, I ain't 43 yet. You know what I'm saying? They always die. Why they got me? I'm like, well, my birthday did not happen.
Exactly.
Okay, but thank you. Like, but I can't lie about it because I literally look at people who I went to college with, who we was kicking at parties, and they did not make it to 40.
No.
The first love of my life died at 35 years old. Did not make it to 40. Died in his sleep. When I tell you, like, the gratitude of getting to this age and what this experience of what life gets to teach me at this age, and then to sit with women like you who show me, like, oh, that's what 58 look like, baby. It's on, baby. She got on them slides, honey, them sexy heels, honey.
See, I had to slip over
They
the heels
cute,
for you.
honey.
Bam.
They cute. I peeped you when you came through
Yes,
the door.
yes. What?
Listen, this is what it looks like.
Yes, say that again.
This
This is what it looks
This 58.
like.
This is 42.
Absolutely.
This is what it looks like. Yeah.
And we're happy about it.
Yeah.
And I will say this. I think some of the stress and wear and tear and disease come from the denial of age. We're trying too hard to be something that we're not.
Ooh.
I feel so blessed and so filled with gratitude to say at 58, I've done this. I've traveled here. I've owned this. I've done the things, as they say.
Yeah.
And now I want to make sure that I'm in position to give back to the Brandis of the world, to sit here in my sister's studio, for us to be able to pour out to women who need to hear what we're saying,
Yeah.
that don't worry about age. It's never too late to be great. It's never too late to write the book. It's never too late to do the film. You don't have to even have experience. All you have to have is the willingness
The will.
to do it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, the consistency.
Ooh. Talk about it. Yeah.
The things that you are not consistent with, they will never happen for you.
Oh.
That's just a fact. If you are consistently negative, if you say, oh, I'm always broke, you will always be broke.
Yeah.
If you say it'll never happen for me, it will never happen for you. When people are saying, oh, everybody is buying all of her books but not mine, that's because I post every day. And for the people, And for the people that say, oh, she posts too much, don't worry about that. Just move on. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be for everybody. I'm trying to be consistent to the people who need that push to say, oh, let me look at what she's doing, because she's showing us what happens when you're consistent. When you consistently pray, when you consistently show up for your sister, when you consistently create tables for somebody else to win, you can't help but be blessed.
I mean, I want you to go to this mindset, because you talk to so many with the work that you do. You giving grants, you are giving scholarships, you are mentoring women, but it's a mindset.
It is.
That there is you started off with these daily affirmations. That's what started the whole book
Trilogy.
19 trilogy, the just library of books that you have created and written. I want you to lean into the mindset, because there is something that you are telling yourself on a daily basis. There is something that you're doing on a daily basis that is separating you from the pack.
Absolutely. So I can tell you, Brandi, without fail, every single day, I don't care what's going on in my world, I don't have anything to do with it until I write and journal and pray. So every day, for years and years, I have written, God blow my mind. Why God blow my mind? Because that's all encompassing. That's the things that I can't even ask him about, because I don't know. I write down, I receive preferential treatment. I receive God-inspired ideas that produce millions of dollars. I am worthy. I matter. It started out very simplistic.
Come on, wait a minute. Hold on, because I'm about to take off. The organ is about to play, and I'm about to take off running around the church. God blow my mind.
Yes.
Is number one.
Yes.
God blow my mind.
Yes.
I receive preferential treatment. I be telling my friends every day, I'm like, oh, I got favor.
That
favor. But I'm about to up mine, because I'm about to be every morning talking about God blow my mind, and I receive preferential treatment.
So, sister, when I tell you there is so much power in that.
Yeah. Oh, I feel it. I'm literally like, ooh.
He has blown, and I'm not talking about the difference between, oh, I need a transplant. I'm talking about God cares about the simple things of blowing my mind. Something as simple as, God, I really need space right now, so don't sit anybody next to me, just for these moments. And I can tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, God will have it where nobody will come. Sister, I have been in situations where people have told me, oh, they're not letting anybody else in, for me to go from the back of the room to the front. I remember I was at an event. I love Ava DuVernay. I have always wanted to meet Ava DuVernay, especially when I started doing film. I was at table 92, the last table in the room. And I said, Lord, I know you didn't bring me in this room with her all the way on this stage for me not to meet her. As God is my witness, right before the luncheon was about to end, the person that I was with, her phone rang and it said, come to the 12th floor. We get on the elevator and go to the 12th floor and we wait. And about 10 minutes later, Ava DuVernay walks in. And I said, Miss DuVernay, you're on my vision board.
Wow.
I said, I wanted to meet you. I was at table 92. And I said, God had it where even though I was at the last table, in the room, that he cared enough about me where somebody else would think that that was so insignificant, that he cared enough about me to make sure that I met you. But what that did for me, it wasn't just about meeting her. It was God showing me that he cared about something that small.
Yeah.
Preferential treatment, that covers it all. That's why I don't circle blocks when the parking lot is full. I can tell you every single time I have gone anywhere for years, people are circling the block. I pull up, somebody pulls out, or somebody will say, oh, roll down your, oh, I got a space just for you. So I'm not surprised when God blesses me because I believe what I write. I believe what I say. I didn't know when our moment would come. Just like when you walked in the house, I didn't know you were going to be there.
Right. Had no idea.
Right. You said, sis, let's go ahead and work this out right now.
Let's go ahead and put you on the calendar. I called Nakia right then.
You did.
Yeah.
So that's what mindset is for me. Mindset truly is my superpower.
Yeah.
When people ask, oh, how did you know it was going to happen? Because I said it.
Yeah.
I said it. I expect it. I don't expect failure. I expect everything I do, and especially the things that I do for other people, to be blessed. I moved into an office space. I woke up and the Lord said, today is the day. And I said, I really don't want that overhead. He said, but aren't you the one that tell, and this is how he talks to me. He said, aren't you the one that tells everybody it's not your money, it's mine? And I said, yes. I said, but I don't want to spend your money like that.
I'm trying to be respectful of your money. Listen.
But Brandi, that day, I met a lady. And I went and signed a lease on the office space. And what's so crazy was the people who I just spoke to about coming in to paint and everything, they were like, oh, Cheryl, out, this, that, and the third. And sure enough, as another preferential treatment, let me tell you this other affirmation, and I'm going to tie it into the preferential treatment. I attract wealthy donors to the vision God has given me.
Yes.
I met a lady on a plane 7 years ago, and that lady texted me before I came here and said, your link is not working on your nonprofit. Give me a way to send you, and I'll say this amount because I'll tell you why. It was $2,000. The painting for the office was $2,500. So she sent me $2,000, and then I applied for 25 Walmart grants last Monday. One came through already for $500. $2,500. So the Lord is like, whenever you do what I tell you to do, you're not going to have to be concerned with this. He was like, girl, go ahead and get everything ready. Go ahead and pick the furniture. Go ahead and do all these things. But it's because I write, I receive preferential treatment. But mostly, God blow my mind. Every day, without fail, and anybody who knows me personally, if you ask them, what did she write down? Because now they're doing it. Yeah. Because they see what's
baby,
happening.
I'm doing it. They all about to do it. Will, Jay, listen, they all, Dom is sitting up in there, they writing it down right now. They said, God blow my mind. Because that is what is so powerful. And I read this about you because The Secret was a life-changing book for you, right?
It was.
Yeah. I mean, and Rhonda Bryan, right? Rhonda Byrner, B.Y., something. Right.
We know who
we know who that white lady with the blonde hair. We saw you.
Exactly.
We saw you on Oprah. Listen, but it is that part. Even when you talked about the parking space, it is this belief that everywhere you go,
Absolutely.
everything that you touch, everything that you do is divinely ordained for you to prosper and win.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I believe that. And I don't apologize for it.
But you know what? There are so many women
Mm-hmm.
that are apologizing for winning. There are so many women that are apologizing for their success.
Absolutely.
They're apologizing for the things that they have been given, the things that they have worked for. They find themselves apologizing. What would you say to that woman who's apologizing?
Stop apologizing for the way that God blesses you and set boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have to be all things to all people and nothing to ourselves because God has favored us, God has blessed us. He will show you what to do. And I think us, and especially black women, we feel like we owe that we have to dim our light to make everybody feel comfortable. And that's not fair because we probably, in most cases, we got to where we are because we dimmed our lights for so many years to help everybody else.
Yeah.
We try to be the savior for everybody. We are not the savior. We are responsible to point people to the savior. That is the part that we get mixed up. And that's why so many of us, we are dying because we think that we have to be less than God is calling us to be to save everybody.
Yeah.
So for the people who are listening to us that are winning, keep winning. Show people what it looks like to win. Be the example. Show people what it feels like to be to love, to be kind, to be open, to creating spaces and places for other people to win. None of us can get to the top if all of us are at the bottom.
Yeah.
Somebody has to get there and then pull others along and help. And I want to give some clarity around that. You cannot pull everybody while you're climbing.
Yeah.
You have to get there and then bring other people. Some people will be able to go while you're on the climb. Other people will have to come afterwards, and other people will not make the climb.
I think that's the part that gets so many people stuck.
Oh, yes.
Is that the leaving people behind, right? And my dad always says this all the time, like, everybody who come with you can't go with you.
That's the truth.
You know, like, everybody's not going to be able to go with you. And people hear that and they get upset or they get
do.
in their feelings and they say, well, you're not keeping it real, or
She
you
thinks
not.
she's so much.
Yeah. Who do you think you are? Why you think you're not better than me? And all these things that we've heard along both of our journeys and the people who are listening, right? There had to have been a moment, because I can't believe that you were always this way. There had to have been some moment that shifted you to say, I got to give to me first.
Absolutely. It was when I got diagnosed with supraventricular tachycardia. I realized that I was giving and doing and serving, and I'll never forget this. The doctor said to me, you need to have this heart ablation. And I said, well, I can't do that right now because these people need me to do such and such. And he said, what are you not understanding that I'm saying to you? He said, do you know that your heart can beat so much and so fast that you will die? And I went home and I thought about that, and I thought about what I had said to him, that, it was because I needed to do something for somebody else. And I heard it so clear in my head, and the voice said, girl, you're trying to do for people who, if you had a stroke or a heart attack, they would not even come and wipe the spit off your mouth.
Yeah.
You need to be more concerned about yourself, and then you can take care of other people.
Yeah.
And it was that moment after that second heart ablation that changed my life, because this is the other thing I saw. When I needed people, some of the same people that, you writing checks and all of that, none of those people were there for me. And I believe that God did that to let me see that you don't have to be all things to all people and nothing to yourself. And then I got to a place in space, Brandi, where I stopped apologizing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry that I wasn't there. I wasn't there because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't call me back. I know. My cell phone is for my convenience. And see, I think we get scared to be,
Ain't
right?
it? Yeah.
Your cell phone is for your convenience.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer everybody's email. But see, I think for some of us, we fear what people's blowback is going to be. And it's like when I was telling you, I said, I don't even deal with those people with their foolishness. I just block and delete because I truly believe that some people wake up being negative.
Yeah, they do.
They don't look for anything positive to say, even if your message is 100% positive. And this happened a lot last week. And I'm like, I don't even understand how this person got this. And they're like, oh, show it to me in the scripture. And in my head, I'm like, man, look it up for yourself. I don't have time for this. But people getting upset because it's like, oh, well, I've asked you several times, where did you get that outfit from?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm not on social media like that. So, I mean, we have to get to a space and place where we have to mean enough to ourselves to realize that our mental, emotional, and spiritual health are so critical and so important. And so my advice is going to be to people who feel like you have to be everything to everybody. They're pushing themselves into a very early grave if we don't realize how important it is to put yourself at the to-do list. If I ask you right now, have you ever gone through, and you know I know this is your show, sister, but I want to know, have you ever been through a time where it's just like everybody else is at the top of the to-do list and you at the bottom or not on the list?
No, Cheryl, I'm very selfish.
Oh, that's so good.
I know, Cheryl, I'm very, very selfish.
That is good. I just wanted to know.
No, I'm gonna be real. Like, this is why I'm single with no children.
Okay.
This is exactly why. Because I am very selfish with my time. I'm very selfish. My no means no.
Oh,
I don't go back on it. When I don't want to show up, I don't show up. When I don't feel like I don't feel like being on, I don't go. If I don't want to watch my nephew, I'm not going to.
Yes.
I am very clear on that. My no is a complete sentence.
I love that.
Now, I will say it wasn't always easy for me to say no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for your family and your friends, you show up for them and you're like, oh no, I gotta be there. Oh, I gotta be there. No, I'm very clear. I don't have to be there.
I love that.
There will be plenty of people who can take pictures. I'm pretty sure. They all got a phone. Yeah.
That was the change. What you mastered, it took me a point to get to there to master it. But now that I've mastered it, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not showing up.
Like, Doc, I think probably the difference is you got married at a really young age. You got married at 25 years old. So for somebody like me, I think my story would be so totally different, right? I look at my mom, that's a totally different story because this is a woman who got married at 24 years old. A year later, here come a set of twins, all of that, right? So she's always had to be for someone else, right? So I didn't get a chance to see someone who was selfish with their time, with their energy, with their effort.
Yes.
She is still very much the caregiver, the person who shows up for everything and everyone. And I saw that and I was like, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to say no. I want to do what I want to do. And I'm not saying that has always served me in the absolute best way, right? But I do understand that as a single woman who is child-free, I've had the luxury to do that when I know there's so many of my friends who are married or who have children, they did not have that luxury. So I'm very clear on that too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I said it took me time to get to that.
Yeah.
Because, of course, for me, I can tell you, I went through that space and place where it was like, oh, yes, I'll do it. But you know what was the turning point? I had to ask myself, why are you doing this? And I realized at that time, I wanted everybody to like me. I didn't want anybody to be mad at me. And so once I got comfortable with people not liking me and people being mad at me, that's when God truly opened up the doors of opportunity to bless me because he showed me, you're more important. You feel like these people are more important than me, serving me, doing what I'm asking you to do. So I'm letting you run with that as long as you want to and see what that does for you.
Okay, so I have to ask you though, what age? Because I know a lot of people, I felt like when I turned 40, I was like, I wish would, right? I was like, girl, please. You know what I'm saying? At 40, right? So I feel like then people are like, no, it's when you turn 50. Like, that's when you really be like, I give not 1, 0, nothing. Yeah.
So I have to tell you, for me, it was before 50. It was like at about 47.
Yeah.
And from that point on, it's been gangbusters. I'm talking about to the point where I will tell you, and that's what my husband knew. He was like, oh, wow. We had purchased a franchise, 5 title boxing clubs. We had opened one. My husband had gotten diagnosed with cancer, so I had to open it by myself. So I worked like a dog from 3 o'clock in the morning, all the things. And I went home one day and I told him, I said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And he said, but we invested all this money. I said, sell it off. I'm not doing it anymore. I never set foot back in that title boxing club. Ever.
After that day?
After that day, I never, ever set foot back in title boxing club. He had to go and close it down on his own and all of that, but he understood something had happened. Something had clicked in me. And it was so many things that flooded in me, Brandi. It was all the years of raising the kids, all the years of, oh yes, I'll do it, all the years of showing up, closing on houses, supposed to be on bed rest, all the years of smiling and being like the lady on Devil Wears Prada, saying to my husband, oh, that's so-and-so, his wife is such and such, she stays at home, this person plays tennis. I was
You're
like,
the personal assistant, yeah.
And I don't even think it's that he thought that.
No.
But that's what it was.
It was a role you assumed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the same thing with my kids. All the activities, all the, the PTAs, the this, the that. And I got done. I got done. And in this moment, as I'm looking at you and I'm like, my spirit is smiling, you know what just came to my mind? It was Angela Bassett with the cigarette and throwing
just
the
blow
cigarette.
it up. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm done. Lord, what is it that needs to happen? And it was all, even after the Black Enterprise Women, all of that. And I said, this is it. I have to show my daughters that you can still be this age, 47, 50. Life is not over. So from then on, it became yes. Oh, yes. I've gone to Qatar by myself. People are shocked. They're like, you're going to go to Qatar alone, to the Middle East for the first time in your life by yourself. I'm like, yeah. I'm that girl now. I'm that woman now. I have
So when
fully
was your
embraced
first
it.
solo travel? Because mine was at 33 years old. Was the first time I went out the country by myself. Was 33.
It was just the first time. Let me think alone. That far would have been just 3 years ago. Now
I love
gone
that.
To like Cancun
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that with women, but completely alone. Got on the plane,
I
went to
love
Qatar,
that.
and then met people when I got there to do the work. And then I went to Africa. And I came back. I went to Ghana, and I told Russell when I came back, I said, you know what? I'm going to get a dual citizenship, and I'm going to live in Ghana for 6 months, and I'm going to live in the States for 6 months. There is an awakening in me, Brittany, that what is wrong with me?
I don't know.
Brandi?
It's okay. I'm going with you. You got a lot of stories coming out, so I'm just sitting here. I'm just a casting character. Okay.
Brandi. Brandi, what is, girl?
Cause you know what, you got
I'm
so many.
excited.
Yeah, you guys.
That's
but
what
I
it
see
is.
it,
I'm excited, and
I
I'm
really,
talking to you.
I really want people. I don't know if it can translate on camera.
Mm-hmm.
The energy that you are really bubbling off. Like it is. Like for me, when I sit in a seat, you're the ideal guest for me, right? You're the ideal guest for me because you bring the energy, you bring the passion, you bring the storytelling. I feel every word that's coming out of your mouth. But I also know as a very energetic person, sometimes you just be talking and it is 5 stories that's coming into your head.
I'm just so excited talking to you. I just feel like I can feel your energy in me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I understand.
Can feel, and it's just like I want to say more and I want to share more. And that's what this is supposed to be.
Yeah. People don't know, because I can understand, if people don't see it on camera, I want to explain this because, there are people who've come and sat in a seat and they give me all the feels. Larice Purnell, one of those people out of Cleveland, Ohio, financial advisor, he brought so much passion to the seat. Then when there are other people who sat in a seat who just bring that passion. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, he was telling stories, baby. I was like, well, what? Any black man that can talk about famous Amos, baby. That's listen. So that's history, right? So it's the excitement. Is that so? Trust me, I feel it, and I really want our audience to understand that that's really what it is, and I'm totally with it. Because I feel the energy of you and this like love and passion that you have, not just for yourself, but for women, for people you encounter. And every time I've been around you, it is the same experience. I want people to know that. Like, because this is not my first encounter with you.
Absolutely.
And it is big and it is bold and it is fearless every time I encounter you. Yeah.
I love women.
Yeah.
And especially Black women.
Yeah.
Because I know the things that we have to go through in order to get to where we are.
Yeah.
Period. Mothers, single women, married, whatever that is. And my true prayer is just for all of us to realize just what you and I were talking about. Age is just a number.
Yeah.
You can go back to school at 70, 80, 90. You could become a filmmaker, learn how to swim, take women on a retreat. When people see me, that's what I want them to see, possibilities. Well, if she can do it, and she tells us all the time, and this is the funny thing, I'm not tech savvy. Most people don't know that, and they wouldn't even admit to it.
Yeah.
But I tell people, I notate stuff. My first 8 books are actually in little children's journals. They're in a black and white journal. They're handwritten. If someone came to my house right now, I could pull out the journals. People have no idea. It's something that happened, and I don't know if it was, I had a traumatic, this is my first time even really talking about this publicly, but I had a traumatic brain injury, and I think it was from a car accident, and I think something happened to my brain that makes me not take in information as easily as other people take it in. And so where somebody will say, even yesterday, I had to do something for an account, and I was like, oh, Lord, I don't know how this is going to work out. And I heard the Holy Spirit say, you got this. And so it took me like 6 tries, but I got it. And when I got it, I screenshot it, and I sent it to my assistant, and I said, girl, I did it. And she said, thank God. But I have to tell you this, too. I have people around me that make me feel like, don't worry about the stuff that you don't know. Yeah. I got your back. Don't worry about if you don't know how to operate this or update your website. I got you. Yeah. And I think some of it comes from being fit, because when I was in college, they had just started with computers. Yeah. So it's certain things that I don't know. Well, it's a lot of things I don't know how to do.
You were still doing a typewriter. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Because I was on a typewriter as a kid. I was in a word processor. Yeah.
There was no computer programming and all of that. So certain things that I don't know. But what has blessed me is the fact that I'm able to be open and candid and honest about it. Yeah. So the Lord sends me all the people that make me look like a superstar.
Listen, if these people left from behind this camera, baby, we'd be hard pressed to do a show. Okay, we'd be hard pressed. Okay,
so look, you know what I mean.
Me, okay, they here before I get here. Okay, amen. Just know that. So I think this is like the perfect segue for us to do truth or myth.
Okay.
And so with this, I'm going to give you some questions.
Okay.
And you are going to say whether this is a truth or a myth. And you can elaborate.
Okay.
Which I feel like it's some gems about to come.
Okay.
All right. Truth or myth? You can't empower others until you fully arrived yourself. Truth or myth?
Myth.
Myth.
And I'll tell you why. Because I know many days before I became who I am right now that everybody thought I had it all together because I was motivating and cheering for everybody else and telling everybody, you go, girl. So the perception was, oh, my gosh, she has everything together. People were empowered, but there were days that I went back home and I was crying.
Yeah, yeah. Truth or myth? You need external validation to know you're on the right path. Truth or myth?
Myth. Validation is for parking, not for people.
Come on. Come on, clock
No.
it. Come on. Truth or myth? Your calling will wait for you until you're ready. Truth or myth?
That's truth. Your calling will wait for you, because in order for you to truly walk out your calling, you have to be ready. You have to be consistent. You have to be, first of all, you have to be open to the calling. So it has no choice but to wait. It's not like it's my calling and my purpose is not transferable. Because if I don't do it, it's not as if this thing that God has asked me to do is for me to do. So it's not going to transfer to somebody else.
Yeah. Truth or myth? If it costs you peace, it's not from God.
I believe that is so true, because when I made my peace priceless and non-negotiable, everything else falls into place.
Yeah.
God does not want us to operate outside a spirit of peace, and God is not a God of chaos.
Yeah.
He just is not. I don't care what anybody says. He does not want us to operate in chaos.
Yeah. I truly believe that. Last question, truth or myth? You have to be the strongest person in the room to lead.
No, you do not have to be the strongest person in the room. In fact, when leaders show their vulnerability, many times you can get the team that you need, because they know that, okay, this person is open, they are honest, and sometimes you can't be the strongest. You cannot be the strongest. You need your assistant or somebody else to be stronger than you in that moment. And that's the thing that's killing us. Quite honestly, we feel like we got to be the strongest person all the time. We don't.
Yeah. We do not have to be the strongest. Miss Cheryl, Dr. Cheryl the Great. Listen, as we close out, one word you are committed to in this season of your life.
Peace.
Peace. Why?
Because for so many years, my peace was not priceless and non-negotiable. I was willing to negotiate my peace away in order to make other people feel happy or fulfill whatever it is that they were purposed to do. And that's not what God has for me. So for where I am right now and until he takes me, it is strictly about living in peace, bringing peace to people who don't feel peaceful. And that's the way that I plan to live my life.
Yeah. Dr. Cheryl Williamson, you are a gem. You've been my favorite of the day. Just know it. I mean, I could talk to you all day. I feel like they're going to ask you to come back,
Yes!
Dr. Cheryl. I feel it. I feel it in the comments already. They're going to ask for Dr. Cheryl to come back. Thank you so much for joining us. Vaught and Powers Talks, another good one for the books. Be sure to share this with somebody who needs to up their peace and make it non-negotiable in this season of their life. Until next time, I'm your girl, Brandi. Harvey. Eat well. Give a damn. Move your body every single day. Peace.